Guys, for today's video, meron akong nakitang isang Reddit post. Medyo somehow alarming siya. But nung nabasa ko, nagkaroon ako ng initial na reaction. But eventually, na-realize ko na parang hindi naman din siya applicable sa lahat. Ano ba to? Well, sabi dito, it's a horror story of a Maya user na hindi niya na ma-access ang kanyang Maya account. Na doon siya nagbangko, naglagay ng savings niya at wala siyang way para ma-access yon kung hindi kausapin ang customer service na medyo nahirapan siya. Well, check natin tong story na to and pag-usapan natin yan. Samahan niyo ako, sipak, and let's discuss coming right up. Hi guys, this is Pat and you're in Pat Quintos Review TV. So if you're new here to my channel, I do reviews about personal finance na meron akong experience at ginawa ko na yun ng videos and playlists na makita nyo dito sa taas. At kung bago kayo dito sa channel ko, you may want to consider subscribing to my channel. Okay guys, so Reddit post, sabi niya dito, my Paymaya/Maya horror story. Horror talaga. I just wanted to share my experience with Paymaya or Maya, it's now called. Medyo mahaba pero sige. Highlight na lang natin yung problem niya. Ayan. So, sabi dito, nag-open siya ng e-wallet during pandemic and verify niya na yung kanyang Maya account. So, eto, sabi niya, fast forward, June this year, one day, I opened the Maya app to pay for my internet bill, only to be hit with a pop-up message asking me to verify my account again. I figured it was just a minor hiccup and no biggie, so I left it for later. Ayan, tapos sabi niya, the night before heading to bed, I decided to get it done. The Maya app asked for usual front and back photo of my driver's license and selfie. So, mag-verify daw siya ulit. But when I submitted everything, I got an error message telling me to contact customer service. No worries, I thought I'd been through a re-verification before, so I brushed it off and called it a day. Ito na lang. So, tinawag niya. So, yung day 1, nakausap niya yung agent. Sabi niya, the agent told me to email my ID and account info to a secure@maya.ph account with the subject account upgrade. So, ginawa niya, pero nag-bounce back daw yung nag-bounce back daw. So, tinawag niya ulit, same, day 2, tapos day 3, tinawagan niya ulit. Nalaman niya na yung verification issue was with Maya Wallet and not with Maya Bank. Apparently, I wasn't the only one dealing with this issue as they already received multiple calls from depositors unable to access their savings or time deposit accounts due to the design flaw of the Maya app. So day 4 and 5, nag-follow up ulit siya. And then sabi daw yung technical department is working on it. And sabi niya, it took nearly a week before I finally regained my access. So long story short, I lost trust in Maya. After that, I pulled out every last centavo. And with the recent news that Maya isn't doing so great financially, I'm honestly relieved I got out when I did. So, kung siguro as an outside spectator, masasabi natin na parang baka isolated case lang yan. Sa dami ng dami ng depositors or users ni Maya, maliit na percentage lang talaga itong naka-experience na ganito. Pero iba rin kasi kapag ikaw yung nandun sa sitwasyon na yung pera mo is hindi mo ma-access, paano na lang kung wala kang ibang pera, walang savings at dun ka lang na talaga nakadepende. So, napaka-hirap nun kung ikaw yung nasa posisyon and you can't blame that person sharing his or her story kasi talagang naranasan niya yun and we cannot invalidate yung feelings na naramdaman niya. Even though hindi lahat naka-experience nun, the point is, meron naging problema sa process or sa system ni Maya. That's why, nagkaroon ng problema in accessing the funds yung Redditor na yon. So, kung titingnan nyo, almost 1 week daw niya bago siya na-regain yung access sa kanyang Maya app. And after that, talagang pinull out niya na everything ng pera niya. Hindi daw niya nagawa ng isang bagsakan dahil nga sa limit, pero dahan-dahan niya daw nakuha yung kanyang pera. With the comments dyan sa Reddit post na yan, merong mga nag-share din ng kanilang experience, halos same experience na nawalan na rin sila ng trust or tiwala kay Maya. Ako personally, hindi ko yan na-experience. Well, kasi hindi naman ako naglalagay ng pera kay Maya. Siguro, yun yung pinagkaiba namin. Pero kunyari, yung mga banks na pinaglalagyan ko ng pera, like si C-Bank or si Ownbank, pag biglang nagganyan at matagal, talagang talagang mag-iingay din ako, 'di ba? Kasi yun naman yung naranasan ko. Yun naman yung hindi magandang experience ko. At for sure, ipupull out ko yung pera ko with own bank or C-Bank kapag ganun na nawalan na ako ng tiwala sa kanila. So, what are the things na kailangan ma-improve dito sa situation na to? Well, I think number one dyan is communication. Halos araw-araw kang tumatawag, talagang nakaka-frustrate yan. Yung customer service kasi meron sa atin ngayon is kapag tumawag ka, dun lang kikilos or magkakaroon ng update. Meron naman kasing mga customer service na kapag tinawagan mo, na-createan mo ng ticket, ma-assign yan sa isang case manager. And then, yung isang case manager na yun, talagang naka-assign nyo sa kanya at yun yung pagtatrabahuhan niya para maayos. Gagawin ng case manager is kukontak sa different department, aalamin yung reason, etc. para makapag-provide ng resolution. Pero sa lagay ng customer service natin dito sa Pilipinas, kailangan mo tumawag araw-araw para magkaroon ng update. Yun, basically yun ang nangyayari. Pangalawa, ikaw yung customer na nag-raise ng ticket, instead na sila yung tumawag sa'yo at magbigay ng update to reassure you na we are working on this, ito na po yung status, talagang ikaw yung tatawag doon araw-araw. And lastly, medyo technical, siguro may flaw talaga yung app nila or what, kaya kailangan nilang ayusin yun. So, but I guess, siguro naayos na, kaya na-regain niya na yung access. So, guys, wag po kayo matakot with Maya. I still believe na Maya is one of the strong digital banks na meron tayo ngayon in terms of security. Wala akong masyadong naririnig na issue. Hindi katulad ng e-wallet na GCash na naririnig nyo naman na maraming e-scam, so on and so forth. So, I just like to let you know na yung experience natin with Maya could vary person to person talaga. Wala talagang iisang experience. Okay, siguro isang advice ko lang din para sa lahat is yung nasabi ko na before na don't put your eggs in one basket. If you can use multiple basket, multiple digital banks and traditional banks, why not, 'di ba? At least if one goes down, hindi ka mapaparalyze at meron ka pang access sa inyong mga funds. At the same time, you are building relationship with different banks. And because of that relationship na na-build nyo, yung records nyo, other services may be offered to you such as loans, credit card, housing loans, car loans, etc. For our question of the day, when do you lose trust with an e-wallet or bank na ipupull out nyo talaga yung pera nyo at ililipat nyo sa iba? Ano yung criteria na yon at bakit? Let me know sa comment section sa baba at may chance kayo manalo ng 1,000 pesos sa ating weekly GCash giveaway. Yun lamang po for today's video, but before we end this video, mag-shoutout po muna tayo at shoutout kay at Romeo Agtay -PV8JB. Sabi niya, thank you po, mabuti nalaman ko kung paano mag-loan kay One Hand. Pero hindi po ako magta-try. Thank you sa malinaw na explanation, mabilis maunawaan. God bless po. At Romeo Agtay, shoutout po sa inyo at maraming salamat sa panonood at pagsuporta ng aking mga videos. Thank you so much. I hope you like this video. Leave a thumbs up, and if not, wala nang problema dyan, but continue to support me. Be subscribing to my channel by clicking that subscribe button and also the bell button sa tabi ng subscribe para makareceive kayo ng latest notification sa lahat ng upload ko. Again guys, this is Pat Quinto and you're in Pat Quinto's Review TV. Bye-bye!